Well, hello there. I am Andy from Faith Baptist Church. Just here in the office doing a little light reading thanks to Kevin and Tammy, right? And I wanted to give you some information about our status of precautions that we're taking for the COVID 19 pandemic based on recent news and information from the governor's office. There was a lawsuit filed against the governor's office that the precautions required for churches were in excess of those required for other organizations, and that meant that perhaps churches were being discriminated against. And the governor's office agreed, and so they rolled back some of the requirements for us. And now the only obligation that we have is Executive Order 63, which covers the face covering, social distancing. With that in mind, we held our trustee meeting yesterday and we discussed what would be the appropriate way to move forward and kind of relax some of the precautions, but still demonstrate our love for one another and our concern for everybody's health and safety. So, first of all, we are no longer going to have the health assessment table as you come into the building. You will just have a sign present there that says it's up to you to evaluate whether or not you're at risk or whether you have a fever or a cough or some of the symptoms of COVID. And if you do, graciously don't come into the building but watch online. If you don't have any of those, if you're willing to go to Walmart, for example, then go ahead and come on in with your face covering. Take a seat just like you normally would with your social distancing in mind. Remember, we have those blue taped lines on the pews that are every 2 feet of distance. So if you have two of those gaps between you and you're sitting in the middle, that will give you 4 feet plus a foot from your shoulder to your head and a foot from the other person's shoulder to their head, 6 feet. So keep two gaps between you and somebody who is not in your immediate household. We're also going to try to keep the one-way direction in the church's building, but that's not a requirement. It's a recommendation. We're encouraging you to follow that. You can open doors for yourself. We're still going to leave the trash cans on the outside of the or near the door to the restrooms so that after you wash your hands, you can use the towel that you dried your hand with to go ahead and open the door and allow it to close. Additionally, when we are holding Sunday school and you are seated and properly social distanced, you can relax your mask. You don't have to keep your mask on through the entirety of that time when you're seated and you are properly social distanced. This applies for Sunday school, and this applies during the sermon portion when you're seated and properly social distanced from your neighbor who doesn't live in your immediate household. However, when we're standing and singing, or if you get up to go use the restroom or to leave or whatever the case may be, put your mask back on, demonstrate your love and concern for your neighbor by wearing a mask. And that's it. I hope you all appreciate that we are trying our very best to make sure that we have a very safe environment, but also a comfortable environment where we can praise and worship the Lord together without distraction. So God bless you all. I hope this finds you well, and I look forward to seeing you in the prayer room Wednesdays, at the adult Bible class or the appropriate Sunday school for your age group Sunday morning, and at worship at 10:30 Sunday morning. Well, praise God, guys. We will see you then.